Here we go. So that was the giant hand that pulled us into this place in the first place, right? Oh my gosh. What do we have here? Holy cow. Manus, father of the abyss. Okay. Oof. Okay. Oh, probably took too many attacks there. Okay. Oof. Swiped. Swiper, no swiping. Okay. Man, a crystal halberd would be pretty nice right about now. Okay. Little swipey swipe. Oof. Swipe is hard to overcome, huh? Ooh, way too early. Okay. Oh, I was still alive there. Shoot. I was still alive there for a while. Okay. 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 Heal up. Oh, no healing. It occurs to me that saying, try back probably means try, like, his back. I mean, although retreating would also be, not a terrible idea. Oof. Not much chance to heal, huh? Heal. Okay, that was probably a decent use of it. Whoa. Whoa, where am I? I have no idea where I was. Heal, heal, heal. There we go. We're doing great. We've used most of our healing and he's got like one hit. Man, he's just so swirly, it's just kind of hard to see, you know? Alright, that's a delayed attack to watch out for. Alright, between the legs. Always a good time. Okay, a little bit of progress there. Ooh, okay, running straight at him for the first attack is not the good move. Not the best move. Alright, I actually might be okay with locking on to him for this one. Oof. Alright. Let's be methodical. Yeah, these pillars are an issue. First of all. Where am I? There I am. Okay. Heal. Oh, that was the delay. Could have been worse. Oh, shoot. Whiffing those attacks is pretty bad. I just need to find a way to get in closer, I guess. Here we are. Heal. twice, maybe? Oof. Okay. Oh. 4. 5. That's like a 5-parter. Can I retreat a little bit? Not really. Like, I feel like I'm finding an abstract painting right now, you know what I mean? Like, it's so hard to see, like, where he ends and then the environment begins, you know? And I guess that's probably part of it, right? Cool, cool, cool. Ooh, nice one. Yeah, that wave attack is tough, man. Yeah. Come on, hit him. Not bad. Ooh, he did not like that. Hey, it's me coming in from the future. So, I'm doing something a little bit different here. Upon rewatching some of my attempts here from here on in on Manus, I realized I pretty much went almost totally silent. Or it was just worthless commentary like, oh, that hurt, or man, that sucks, or something like that. I don't know. Wasn't very fun. So I'm doing the rest of this fight in kind of a director's commentary style. I've got my nice cool drink here next to me. I'm kind of kicking back, and I'm going to sort of do like a play-by-play commentary of the fight. I figured that would be more worthwhile and interesting to you guys than hearing, you know, total silence. So here on these early attempts here, I'm really struggling to comprehend the patterns, I guess. So my mentality going into this fight was more so I figured my dexterousness alone would be able to get me behind him and be able to deal sufficient amount of damage, but I quickly realized that that was not really realistic and that dexterousness alone was not going to cut it. I was going to have to really buckle down, start learning the patterns. And as you see here, one of the first changes that I've made in this one is to add the Grass Crest shield to my inventory. So, of course, Grass Crest, for those who don't know, provides sort of a passive stamina regeneration boost. And as somebody who is living and dying by the amount of times I can roll or get a number of attacks in, stamina increases pretty vital. Here I'm falling prey to staying locked onto him and trying to circle, but if you stay locked onto somebody and try to circle, sometimes it will kind of draw you in like a tiny bit closer. And also trying to keep in mind that I want to stay away from the edge of the arena as much as possible, which is easier said than done. You quickly run out of real estate. This is the first time I see magic, and that was a surprise. I kind of intuitively figured out that getting in close to him for most of his attacks would probably be helpful. Not much I can do about about that, though. Puts me on a sliver of health, and yeah, that's all there is to it. I should also note that I've changed my garb to... I forget what it's called, like the Xanthus. The Xanthus armor is what I'm wearing on the bottom. I think it's the one that I picked up in the painted world of Aramis right at the end. So it's pretty decent in terms of the protection it provides. I don't think it provides any poise, though, and I think that's something that I will later go ahead and change. Because I'm trying to decrease the chances of, like, being totally staggered if he happens to get a lucky hit in. And I was pretty proud that I figured out that particular sort of overhand slam attack. So if you just kind of walk towards him for a couple seconds and then dodge, roll forward at the last possible second, you can get maybe 2 hits or so in. And so that's one of the first ones that I started kind of recognizing as a way to overcome. You'll also notice that since the last attempt, I've super duper kindled the last bonfire. So I quickly realized that just with the sheer amount of damage that this guy was putting out, I was going to run out of healing real fast. So there's not many super duper bonfires in my playthrough, but this is one of them where I felt like it was pretty much a necessity. Yeah, and there's me trying to get a little bit too cheeky to try to get a sneaky hit in on the final fist attack, but it was kind of a low risk, or high risk, low reward type scenario, so I think I tend to back off here in the future. That specific attack right there that just occurred quickly became my favorite one for him to do, the one that I kind of rooted for him to do the most, because that was pretty easily dodgeable, and after that he sits there just for a couple seconds, which made it a really great time to Estus up, or get a couple hits on. I could either do one or the other. I could either Estus up once, maybe twice, depending on how quickly I rolled, or I could get 2 attacks in on him. So it quickly became kind of an exchange of healing versus sheer number of attacks. Oh, there's my first time encountering that particular spell. And that was weird. So the Sif summon sign appeared there. I guess it's because I'm human right now, right? I do not end up summoning Sif. Just because I really enjoy beating bosses on my own. And, I mean, summoning is a perfectly great mechanic, and I'm happy for people who enjoy it, but to me, I would rather just have kind of the sense of pride and accomplishment, if you will, of beating a boss without any kind of outside agency or assistance. And I'm pretty happy with my decision not to. That little 6 combo is actually another attack that I ended up surprisingly looking forward to him doing more than not, just because he's in that animation for so long, and if you're outside of his range, it's a really great time to heal up and just kind of get a breather. Like, I would take my hand off the mouse, just shake it out a little bit, you know? Just try to get back into the zone. Yeah, that is very tricky. That particular attack right there, where he does the staff and then the hand, sometimes it's safe, and you can get, like, right there, for instance, you can get a couple hits in. But there's another variation that looks almost identical, where he'll do staff and then hand, and then, like, 2 seconds later, he'll do, like, a three-hit combo. And one of them it's safe to get an attack in on, and one of them it's not. And I don't really think I mastered at any point during the fight, like, which one was which. I just kind of assumed that he was going to transition right to the repeat of the attack in the future. So up to this point, I have not gotten below about 70% of this guy's health, which is frustrating. You're probably watching my, like, 10th attempt right here, I would say. Maybe like 10 to 12. And it's, like, super intimidating. You know, like, for some other bosses up to this point, I felt like I've had a chance with them because I get them down, you know, maybe to half health, or I have only gotten 1 or 2 hits on them, but I think I understand the mechanic. But here, it's like, it's totally unforgiving. Like, you either understand his attack patterns or you don't. So it was, I would say, very much a mental game for this particular boss, just because it's really demotivating, especially with the run back from the Ulasil bonfire. It's super demotivating to go all the way down there. Oh, which bears talking about the stupid Ulasil sorcerer who tries to snipe you on your way down the bridge towards Manus. And I'm just like, get lost, man. And like, occasionally he would hit me once, if not twice, and make me need to use like a couple Estus. So I'm already going into the fog wall with a sense of kind of dread, you know. Yeah, and that's pretty typical for how a lot of my runs ended right there. Just a well-placed overhand slam attack. So yeah, so the run back kind of sucked. I think if I timed it out, it was only about 60 seconds or so, but it was still not much fun to have to do repeatedly. But I got very familiar with that particular batch of real estate. Yeah, those stone towers, I quickly realized I needed to try to vector him into a position where he would knock over those towers, if at all possible. Because aside from like me dodging into them, which is unfortunate, they would also kind of obscure the camera from time to time and would sort of block me out from being able to see what attack was coming next. So I realized the quicker he was able to kind of clear the field and just leave him and me with no other obstructions, the better it would be for me in the end. That jump up attack he does right there is very tricky, because if you are locked on, it will yank your camera upwards and just sort of like disorient you, because he's like in the air, and then when he lands, he's actually not locked on anymore, as you can see right there, and you have to manually re-lock on back to him. So that's another one where you just kind of have to understand the roller coaster of perspective that you're getting when he jumps up, because otherwise you're just going to be, if you're locked on like I tended to be this whole fight, you're just going to be super disoriented whenever he lands. And it's also hard to effectively dodge out of the way when he's almost like directly above you, and it's not super evident like which way you need to go to get out of his way. Yeah, and that rain, I don't think I ever really mastered. I ended up just running toward him pretty consistently as much as possible. It doesn't give you like a really great safe zone like it does for the balls, or like the dark orbs that he summons. Like that one, clearly the area around him is safe, but that for that particular one where there's a whole bunch of stuff coming in from the sky, yeah, and then there's that. It's nice when I can get a hit off on that that fist right there at the end after the six attack combo. Eventually, I start trying to automatically Estus up whenever I get below 50%, just because any one of his attacks can totally deplete your health bar. And so it ends up being, even though it makes the fight longer, to me it ends up being more worthwhile to forego an extra attack or two on him just to heal up a little bit and keep my survivability going. Like, I probably should have done it right there. And that attack right there, the overhand one, can easily one-shot you if you're not careful. I got lucky there. I guess I was already kind of rolling through it when he did it, and so the damage was defrayed a little bit. But that is... If that attack and the 6-part combo are the two that you really have to look out for, that will totally end your run if you're not careful. Yeah, that's a situation where poise really came in handy, where a normal loadout without as much poise would have definitely gotten flattened. And the thing about Manus is that sometimes like one mistake can lead to cascading errors or cascading consequences. Like, he hits you once with a open palm slam attack, you get flattened. It takes you like 5 seconds for your animation to get up to complete, but by then he's already launched into another attack and just kind of ragdolls you all over the place, and then that's it. So poise quickly became something I was attempting to maximize at all costs. And honestly, after seeing a lot of these runs, it makes a lot of sense why some people kind of say, hey, you can do Dark Souls bosses naked, and sometimes it's even better too, just to make sure that you're as nimble as you can possibly be. That actually does make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, I think it's absolutely dirty how his smoke arm matches the background of the arena. Because it's very disorienting when you're trying to really focus in on him, and you're just getting a lot of immaterial images, like not only the background, but also it being dark, and also the dust that gets kicked up at just about every opportunity means it's hard to see like where the environment ends and where he begins. But I guess, I mean, that is part of the challenge. Yeah, that little uppercut, he doesn't do that as much as his other attacks, it feels like, so sometimes he catches me off guard. Because he likes to do his sort of two-handed pound quite a bit. His 6-part combo a decent amount as well. His regular left-hand and right-hand swipe attacks, but his little uppercut where he tries to throw you up in the air, I feel like, just from my experience, that's what he does the least of all, so it can be a little surprising when he actually gets it off. Yeah, that's a rare opportunity where I'm able to get 2 heals off that close to him. And I'm quickly, well, not quickly. I'm eventually, I should say, learning that 2 hits is about all I should expect to get on him at any given moment, which is frustrating because it feels like I am putting in a ton of work just to get those 2 hits on him, which only does like 5%, maybe even less, of his health bar. But that's the name of the game with this guy. Like, he is an absolute tank in terms of health. Because I'm rocking right now a +10 gargoyle tail axe, which, you know, it's like probably not the most upgraded weapon out of any that, you know, that are possible, but it's pretty decent. And I feel like I'm just tickling him anytime I'm getting an attack off on him. But it adds up after a while, you know, you just have to stay patient. The more I faced him, the more I sort of made an educated guess that this was probably intended for a player 10 to 20 skill levels above what I currently was. It's honestly probably the last thing that most people should do, at least for a newbie like me, before they go and fight the actual final boss of Dark Souls. Just because it's this is very, very challenging. And I guess I'm lucky that I did come to this area relatively late in my playthrough. If I'd come any earlier, I don't think there's any way I would have had the vitality or the stamina to overcome what's being thrown at me here. Yeah, having this grass crest shield is really saving my bacon here. And I've never really been a shield guy. I think I tried early on in the playthrough, like back in the Undead Parish. But I don't know, like parrying is awesome, and like it pays off when you can hit it, but it just takes such precision timing. When I would almost rather just roll through an attack and be guaranteed to have it miss, than gamble a parry that's gone awry. Anyway, there's no parrying this guy, without a doubt. I'm sure there are some shields for those with super duper high strength that could probably block his physical attacks, but with me and my little puny Dex arms, there was no way that a shield, like wielding an actual shield, was going to be effective at all. Just looking for that opening to get that last hit on after the 6-part combo. And then getting backed up against this this wall always sucks. Because you're never expecting it, because half the time you're, at least for me, I'm just backing away from the guy. So I'm not really looking what I'm going. I think I eventually start to try to like untarget lock him just to look around and look behind me, just to make sure I'm not putting myself up against a wall. And in some respects, it's almost better just to stay stationary or not turn a whole lot and just let him do what he's going to do, because he's going to get an attack off either way, like there's no outrunning or escaping him. And not getting stuck with your back to the wall is worth it, being a little bit closer to him. Because after you get the timing down and the animations down, then you can kind of respond relatively quickly to whatever it is that he's gonna throw at you. Yeah, that is a chunk of damage right there. See ya. Man, I was bummed there, without a doubt. Like, that was the closest I had gotten at that point. Just sheer anguish. As I've been fighting him more, I've been getting a little bit more bold in terms of when I choose to Estus up, just because I don't think at any point in my run did I get below like 6 to 8 Estus. So I realized that while having 20 was definitely nice, I didn't really need to worry about running out, and so it was better just to take the opportunity to heal and just sort of you know, Estus out of my abundance than it was to try to be stingy with it. It's like, here I'm going to try to get it in twice, which I do. Yeah, the axe is probably not the most ideal weapon for this guy, just because of his swirly-whirliness, which I've already alluded to. Any miss on him, as a great axe, is going to be extra punishing. So there'll be that little almost mini stagger that occurs whenever an attack misses. Yeah, I don't think there's a very elegant way to dodge those, at least that I found. I just tried to run like hell and hope to get at least one hit in on him. I think I also ended up figuring out that whenever he casts magic, he pauses for like 2 seconds afterwards and does like a little, almost like snarled taunt expression, which gives you an opportunity to run in wherever you may be and get a hit in on him. I think I was a little nervous at first, when I first saw the magic casting, that he was going to transition immediately into a melee attack after his magic casting, and I learned that I could be a little bit more bold to go in and get a sneaky hit on him. All right, I'm getting close here. We're in the home stretch. Just got to stay patient. Nice. Just a couple more hits. Come on, big fella. You can do it. Decent. Okay. Run in, get a couple more hits. So close. Oh, and snuffed out. I was livid. Livid. And even still watching back, I'm a little bit peeved. Oh, man. Like, the sheer amount of time you need to put in on this guy and the sheer amount of concentration is just wicked. But it's really fun to see in myself how my confidence built from attempt to attempt, where it's like, it's kind of like the stages of grief, right? Like, at first it's your denial, you're like, whoa, there's no way this boss could possibly be this hard. And then bargaining, it's like, well, you know, maybe if I put on this armor, it'll make it easy. And then you realize, no, armor or weapons itself is not going to make it easy. and then anger. It's like, how could this happen to me? I've worked so hard to this, you know, to beat this boss, and I can't believe I'm losing. And then despair. It's like, I'm never gonna beat this boss. Like, this is where my Dark Soul run ends. Manus is gonna have conquered me, and I'm gonna go hollow, which of course you should never do, as all good people know. And then finally acceptance. You're like, no, there's no easy path to beating this guy. You got to buckle down. You got to put in the work. Sometimes my mentality on these runs was like, I'm gonna focus on just learning the animation at any given time. Like, I'm not even going to try to win per se. Like, obviously, as far as I can get will be great, but taking the time just to recognize the attack patterns, which informs your dodging patterns, is almost a better use of your time for any given run than just finding the sheer damage output. There's also a part of the Dark Souls boss psychology, like the closer you get to depleting his health bar, it's like you almost need to refuse to let yourself get hopeful, because that's when sheer tragedy occurs. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost, oh, if I think to myself that I've got this boss on the back foot, then I'm really just jinxing myself and he's gonna wreck me when there's a sliver of health left. It's like, I've got to pretend that the score is 0-0. I've got to pretend that I've just started this run, because if I try to get too hopeful, then that's just setting myself up for disappointment, you know? Here he is really laying into the magic, more so than just about any other run I've faced, like just one after the other. But you see, he does that little roar taunt thing right there, which I've learned was a good time to heal up or get an attack off on, which helped. And yeah, fast rolling here is definitely the way. I can't imagine doing this boss battle and not having a fast roll. Just with as quick as you need to get out of his reach for especially the 6-strike combo, it just... I guess you could just tank those hits if you had a super duper strong build, but you know, having only played a Dex character, I can't imagine what that would look like. Yeah, getting caught in the corners is no joke. I got very lucky there. Extremely lucky he did not hit me. But sometimes, beating Dark Souls bosses, you need a little bit of luck, like a hit that should have landed on you that just somehow doesn't register, or a dodge that you just blindly do based on pure instinct. I think there's a place for luck in the Dark Souls universe. Here I've used about half my Estus, and I'm like, I am not going to let this guy take me down. Like, I will take whatever pause I need to heal up, because I've come too far. Victory. So close, I can taste it. Oh man, I've come too far. Is this the end? For him or for me? Well, to answer that question, let me turn it back over to my past self. Guys, this director's commentary has been real. Enjoy the show. Oh my gosh, let's go! Suck it! Yeah, get wrecked! Soul of Manus. Oh my god. This guy would not die. Would not die. And now stuff is falling off of my desk because I'm like freaking out here. Hang on, let me collect myself. Oh my gosh. Okay, and I'm back. I was flailing my arms like a crazy person just now when I beat him. Fist pumping to the moon. It got a little nuts in here. So, damn, this guy is tough. Is he? This guy's got to be the tough, like one of the toughest ones in this game, right? Like Ornstein and Smell, yeah, challenging for sure, like no joke. But this guy, I absolutely spent more time on him, and even Artorias. Like, yeah, Artorias was like took a lot of patience, but the combination of this guy having like seven different like attack patterns to remember, not to mention his magic, um, that he whipped out when he was about halfway down, plus it being super dark, plus him being so swirly whirly, so it's hard to tell, like at any given time, what exactly I'm hitting. That just kind of all compounded to make it, for me at least, absolutely the most challenging one that I've had to face so far. But um, me and my trusty axe, we got it done. We've been through a lot together. Um, Man, and I'm realizing now that I was probably like super silent for a lot of these past few runs, so I might just turn this into like a director's commentary type of thing. I don't know. We'll see what we do about that. Just because like my commentary during the fight was probably skint was what am I trying to say? Scant to non-existent. So we'll see. But anyway, boy, now so I see we have a bonfire over yonder, which is fantastic. And then this, I'm sure, is the young lady that we've been sent to free. So let's waste no more time, huh? Huh. I mean, she's in a bad spot. Not that I blame her, but I feel like maybe she's calming down. We'll try one more time. Okay, never mind. She's still upset. Hey, why don't I run over here? Let me light a bonfire. Maybe that will make you chill out. And with that, holy cow, what do we want to get? We can absolutely grab 2 levels. I've got some souls in the tank that we can use. Let's just get to 35 for endurance, and then 22,000. We need to get to 38,000 to get to the next level. What do we have here in terms of resources available? We've got four brave warriors and a hero. And my notes are telling me a hero gives 10,000 souls, a brave warrior gives 5,000 souls. So we've got 20,000 plus 10,000, so 30,000. Okay. We'll use the hero. And we might have to use 2 of our other type of souls to get over the hump. Where are you at? Where are you at? I'm sure I just went past it, didn't I? 2 brave warriors. All right. And let's snag a vitality. It's been a little while since we've well, should we? Actually, I feel like we're actually doing okay for health right now. Like in the situations like what we just went through, and there's a really tough guy. He's gonna hit for 1,000,000 damage anyway. So I feel like vitality is not hugely helpful. So yeah, why don't we maybe get to 40 in endurance before we think of switching gears. That might be for the best. Okay. Man. Alright. Actually, let's take a look at the Soul of Manus. You know, there's these boss souls that I have not done a whole lot with. And I realize that they can be used for crafting weapons and such. Or to just get more souls. But, I don't know, they're kind of cool to keep around as trophies. Like, maybe it's more ideal to use them, but I kind of like reminding myself of who I've beaten. So this Guardian Soul, Soul of the White-Winged Lion, Sanctuary Watchkeeper who dreaded the spread of the Abyss. So one of the good guys. The Guardian exhibited traits of several animals other than lions, suggesting that it was no ordinary beast, but rather closer to the beings known as demons. Okay, and then Soul of Artorias, Soul of Lord Gwyn's knight Artorias, who was consumed by the Abyss. The legend that Artorias repelled the Abyss only told half the story. It seems that he was defeated and his honor preserved by some unsung hero who was the true victor over the Abyss. That would be me. Soul of Manus. Holy moly. This extraordinary soul is a viscous, lukewarm lump of gentle humanity. Ancient Manus was clearly once human. Yeah, clearly. But he became the father of the Abyss after his humanity went wild, eternally seeking his precious broken pendant. Which I don't think we've picked up so far, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, I don't know. So now that we're here, should we try again? Well, maybe we have to leave and come back. I don't know. Holding with both hands. Let's read some of our messages at least, just to get an idea of what people are saying. Praise the sun. I probably have 0 souls here to pick up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so not totally sure what we're supposed to do with her, to be honest. But, I don't know, do we just make our happy way back up the, Let's run the perimeter. Actually, we might have to warp. I don't know if we have an ability to get out of the abyssal plane. We may not. This might be because we fell from somewhere up there, right? So I don't know if there is really a way to get out. Doesn't look like it. So I guess we're gonna have to warp, and hopefully she's doing okay. Let's go up to... I mean... we do the dungeon, or... You know, there's one other place that I recall near the Ulasil Sanctuary that we have not explored yet. I feel like this is probably it as far as the Abyss goes. But, I guess it bears checking one more time. Alright, so this little run out here I know intimately well. There is actually... I'm gonna do it one more time because... Remember that area where we rescued Sif? I was going back and looking at the recording, and I actually think that there is maybe a spot that I missed. I'm trying to remember where that was. Was it up here? No. Oh, you know where it was? It was past the Field of Ghosts. That's where it was. Down here. So we're gonna bob and weave our way past these ghosts. Was it over here actually? Oh, maybe not. I might have been mistaken. Oh boy. Oh, yikes. Okay. Or not. Or we come back and get our souls. That's fine too. What a way to go, huh? Okay, so I'm back in the area that I was talking about. This little cave entrance right here is where we found Sif. And then this little brick archway is hitherto unexplored, so... Oh, we've got an elevator here. Now, where would this take us? Oh, we're going way, way up, huh? Man, we were so far down. Monster ahead? Oh, monster ahead. I know where we're going. This is going to be where we fought Artorias. Right? Yeah. Yeah, right in there. And there's our sketchy merchant friend over there. Oh, cool. So it has really come full circle. Nice. Awesome. Well, guys, seems like a good as place as any to take a break. Thank you for watching my marathon, or should I say Manus-thon. Getting that guy under my belt feels fantastic. Probably one of my proudest gaming moments to date. And hopefully it was fun for you to watch a rookie such as myself beat him for the first time. And with that, we'll probably come back and put a bow on Ulasil, assuming there's nothing other of substance to find here, although we'll make a quick lap. And then back to the real world, so to speak. And with that, thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.